Try me out. They're bad manners. This one tonight. about 3 speaker wires that are not plugged in around here somewhere. Anyway, good evening, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. What are we up to? We're over here, look, with all the records still. And you've got another few bags to empty. Anyway. Good night, Chris O'Connor there, over there in Ireland, from the south of Ireland, I take it. Or maybe from the north. I've got sort of Irish blood, but from the south. And again, a lot of Liverpool people have. That's like my mum's side. That's why I'm not British. I called that a few times yesterday. I don't identify as fucking British, obviously, because I've got Irish roots. English, Irish and Spanish. Limerick, I'm with you. In my opinion, Ireland's just one whole. And we don't want none of them Union flag wavers jumping on here as well. Later. Because I don't wave that around neither. I've just got one flag. That's my little red cross. A shithole? What's a shithole? Ireland, probably the same. To be honest, I think England and Ireland have got very the same problems at the moment. Too many people who are not Irish swarming in the country, making it a lot harder for all them Irish people out there to get along in life. But you're not alone. You're not alone. We've been invaded. We've been invaded by the boat people. Yeah, mate, I got to cut my mate Finn. My mate Finn, he lives in Ireland. I talk to him quite a bit. And yeah, I can see that in Ireland it's been kicking off a bit. It's the same here. And that's what it'll end in. You know what the Irish are like. You know what the English are like. It's going to end in tears, man. But to be honest with you, I do think it's a bit of a joke the way the government's funding all them lot. Yeah, anyone else, you ain't getting nothing, man. Quite sad, really. And I'd understand it if we both had massive countries. But the fact are, we're on little islands, do you know what I mean? I live in Kent, in the countryside, the Garden of England. But it's all just going to be concrete one day. It's going to be a concrete jungle, man. There won't be no more Garden of England, no more Kent. Just be a concrete fucking jungle. Yeah. But yeah, I'm 54, and I've never seen anything so outrageous in my life. You got to remember, people, these are illegal immigrants. They're not legal immigrants, these are illegal immigrants. To be honest, like I've said many a time, and I'll say again, the only real ones I've seen are the Chinese looking ones. They got their women and kids with them. And the Ukrainians, they got their women and kids with them. But all them other lot, all your Iraqis, I'm not tarring every single one of them, but I'd say at least 95% of them coming through on the dinghies are dodgy. And you also got that Royal Marine man that went undercover. We went over to France and sneaked in the camp. And what he saw in the camp, man, is just ridiculous. This ex-Royal Marine, like SBS kind of bloke, which for all our foreign viewers, the SBS is the opposite to the SAS. It's basically a seaborne, the Royal Navy's. The SAS come out the air, but the SBS come out the sea. Oh mate, it's the same here, man. It's the same here. All your heritage is going, isn't it? All your history, all your pubs. Same here in England with the pubs. I was telling my pal, right? I think one day, like the boozer, the pub, would be like a museum. Do you know what I mean? This is what your granddad, your great grandfather used to do, and it'll be like that little pub they walk in. That's what I reckon it's going, right? But yeah, it takes the piss, mate. It's the same here. They're building houses for them. Yeah, we got a houses shortage anyway, same as you guys over there. It's just a joke, man. All right if you're rich, you know what I mean? And obviously there's something in it for the government, man. They've all said, oh, we're going to stop the boat. No one's stopped the boats, man. What a joke, man. And it makes you wonder where they're getting all the money from. Keep blaming the people. The NHS is broken, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be broken, isn't it? If you've got like 1,000 people using it, but only 500 are paying in, you know what I mean? The maths don't add up, does it? Yet the government will just turn around and blame everybody else while they're squandering all the money. And I feel sorry for the kids being born today, because I think they're going to be paying for all this. Yet you can't say anything. You certainly can't if you're English. Say anything, you're racist. Do you know what I mean? You're this, you're that. Far from it. Crazy. You can't say anything, man. But I still do. Not that I'm being... That's why I've never had any of my videos taken down. Not that I'm not left or right, do you know what I mean? I'm not either of them. I think they're all bullshitters, man. Whoever the government is. I've seen people screaming out for Farage, and you really think life's going to be different under Farage? They all lie till they get in there. Obviously nobody likes the Tory party, or I certainly don't like the Tory party. You might love them out there, who knows? But me, my father and my grandfather have never ever voted Tory, ever. Because they're just for the rich people. Personally, I think we should have like the English party, but obviously we're not allowed to say that because it's racist. As soon as you mention anything with England written in it, it's racist. Yet the Scottish can have the Scottish Independence Party. We should be having the English Independence Party, because I've had enough of all of it, to be honest with you. But it wouldn't bother me if, like, Great Britain disbanded and the Union just ended. It wouldn't bother me, because I'm English, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say I was British. My dad probably would be classed as that, because he's just all English on all sides. But my mum certainly wouldn't. Obviously she's got an Irish surname, which is Byrne, B-Y-R-N-E. And obviously if you were Scottish it would be B-U-R-N, but obviously if you're in Ireland. And she had an Irish first name, Eileen. In fact, my middle name's after me Irish granddad. who ironically ended up in a submarine. I think during the Second World War, I think a lot of Irish people just joined to get their hands on some guns to start fighting the Germans, and also a lot of the Republicans, the old school Republicans, they thought it was a good way to learn. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously they'd be fighting and trained in all the weapons and manoeuvres and all that. A history lesson for you. And another little bit of an history lesson about Ireland. It was actually Henry VIII that started Ireland as we know it today. I think he told people you need to stay there. And they obviously stayed, but obviously my opinions might upset the Rangers fans, but that's all good. I don't support Rangers. If I had to pick a Scottish club, it'd be Celtic. But thankfully, I come out of a Scouser, so if you're not blue, you're a red. So there you go. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't see the messages there. How old am I? I'll just answer Leon quickly, because even though I will answer my age in a second. What flavour? It's THC. It's just THC. I'll show you. I've got ADHD and ASD, but I've got no learning issues. So it's just THC. I can actually get it on prescription, but I don't bother with the government's scam. SpongeBob. Oh, I'm 54, by the way. Lorraine. I've got to order me styluses tonight. You know it's going to be expensive. Hello, Chris. How you doing? You know it's... I've got a bottle of Baileys, actually. I've only had a swig of it. That's all I drink. Not that I really drink. Yeah, where is that? Love the stuff. Mr. D. Michael said hello. Hello, mate. How are you? Are you Lee Evans, man? I got asked that last night. Was you on here last night? Definitely Spice. Nah, brother. Kieran's going on about the Spice. Well, you been on the Spice then, man? I wouldn't do that Spice. I just had the real stuff. I've seen them all in jail walking around like Muppets. Gotta be some sort of mug, man, to be putting yourself up to that shit, man. Especially when one's in jail, just letting themselves get slapped about and that. What are they, Muppets or what? Fraggles? Yeah, the old Spice heads shuffling along the landing. Crazy. Then again, in jail, a Spice head's probably better than a smackhead. I upset a smackhead one time in there. I was in a cell with two other geezers, right? I just got in there. I just landed, so to speak. Elmley Prison. Hello, mate. Scotland. Bonnie, Scotland. Wouldn't mind visiting there, actually. And was I Lurch in the Addams Family? No, unfortunately not. I wouldn't mind coming up there, Scotland, doing a bit of camping and that, winter camping. And, of course, in Scotland, you're allowed to wild camp, man, because they're not complete bastards like the English and you Welsh out there. Then again, I do anyway. In fact, I've got a tent set up at the precise moment. And I'm about to order me winter one, which is going to be very expensive. And better keep me warm as I'm sending it back. What addiction? Addicted to life, man. That's all you need to be addicted to out there, people. Because life's short. Before you know it, you're gone. Enjoy it. Lee Evans, man. The nicest Baileys that I've had, I've never had the orange one, can't get it around here, is the Belgian chocolate one. I don't think much of the one they've just released. What is it? Cherry's chocolate orange. Indian or Chinese food? None of that really. If I had to choose, probably a curry, Indian, but I'd rather have fish and chips or a nice bit of meat with some potatoes and peas, carrots, gravy, all that kind of stuff. Alcohol, weed, smack, coke, it's all the same. I wouldn't put weed in the same bracket as alcohol or smack or coke. I'd probably put alcohol and smack at the top there, followed by the coke. And actually, since I've been vaping on my vape, Evo stick glue, do I sniff it? Ali Roberts. No, mate, but I know a few fellas that used to. I have had a go though, years ago. Buzzing out and all that. Lighter gas, now didn't really like that. Didn't really like lighter gas. All that, it fries your brain cells. Not really into, I wasn't really into sniffing stuff like that. Glue sniffing was big when I was a kid growing up. I really drifted towards the acid house parties and the illegal rave scene that was taking off. I'd rather. I've done a lot of drugs, but I've never been a smackhead or done smack or crack because, to be honest with you, my pals are dead now, a lot of them, and laying there on the sofa, you know what I mean, looking like a zombie, monging right out, don't really appeal to me. I'm more of an in the lasers kind of guy. Got any rocks? No. I can probably get you some. I can get you anything you want. Weapon, guns. Ain't got to go far neither. Horse eggs. Jay Slater go home. What happened to him? Rocky Mountain oysters. Never tried them, but my dad would have probably loved them, but I don't think I'll be going for that. The Rocky Mountain oysters. Nice bit of cod. What is my name? Philip. With one L. But you can call me Phil. if you want. Heavy on the gear, I'd say. Who's heavy on the gear? Me? Best gay channel on YouTube, thank you. We do like to please. Yeah. Jesus loves you. Yeah, I think you commented actually, didn't you, on one of my posts earlier about Jesus. Good luck to everybody out there that's into that. Or into whatever you're into. As long as you're not harming anybody, it doesn't matter, does it? I'm just not into it. But then I did religious education. The lays, what's that? The gays and all that. It's all good, man. I ain't got a problem with gay people or lesbians or whatever. Don't bother me. You can be green, pink, blue, black, brown. As long as you're not hurting anybody, it's all good, isn't it? Because I love what? Cock. I've never taken one, pal. But you, I think you have, the way you keep chatting about it. Maybe you like a bit of both. A penny boy or a rent boy. Well, I've never heard of a penny boy, so I don't even know what that is. But I've heard of a rent boy. No, I'm not a rent boy. Or if I fucking was, you wouldn't have enough money. Nah, far from that. Whatever that is. Whatever a penny boy is, we didn't have them in our neighbourhood. Some abuse here, that. Can you see my arse? No, you can't. I've got big ears, yeah, I know. Got my granddad's ones. Yeah, I've got some teeth. Not all of them, but I've got some. A rent boy, I couldn't afford you. I bet I could. You couldn't even afford my two-tone collection, so there you go. I could sell my record collection and buy you 50,000 times over. Trust me, not that I'd be buying anything like you. If I was going to indulge in anything like that, I'd go uptown and find myself a high-class one. Oh, I made you laugh. Yeah, man. Asmia. There's some strange people out there, man. But it's all good. It don't really bother me. Do you know what I mean? It's all it does really is just shows their lack of fucking intelligence and brain power. Am I pre or post-op? That'd be telling. Get your tits out for the lads. I ain't got no tits. In fact, I'm in quite good shape for my age. I'm probably in better shape than you. You're probably fucking younger than me. People coming here, crack me up, try and judge me. The best ska band? What? Well, out of the best two-tone band. Is a real hard one to pick your best two-tone band. I think Bad Manners drop out of the running. I think the Body Snatchers drop out of the running. You're left with the Beat, the Specials and Madness. That's what I'm left with. Don't know about you lot out there. What order you put them in? And we'll be seeing them Friday. Don't know if anyone's seen me post there. A Madness tribute band and Rankin Jr. At the Forum, Tunbridge Wells. Boom, you know I'm there. This is going to be really interesting, actually. But yeah, who would you choose, man? Madness were alright. Obviously, they stood the test of time, but their modern day albums are a long way away from any sort of ska influence, proper music. You got to go back to the early Madness albums. Am I a man of Kent? Somebody didn't know something there. Look, you know a bit of history. I am a man of Kent because you're either a Kentish man or a man of Kent. Google Chrome. Got someone with some intelligence about Kent. Top 3 would be the same. Callum. It's hard to put. Obviously, I think you've got to have the specials. I think it's joint. No, I'm going to push the boat out. I'm going to say the specials, man. It's in number 1 slot. And I'm going to say Madness and the Beat are drawing. Then again, it was really, when I say that, when I got into it when I was a young'un, I used to have some discos here in the village hall there. Bunce discos. For any Adlo people. And it was Rankin Roger. We first started getting me jumping about. Rankin Full Stop. Who made the best first album? You've obviously got, let's just exclude the Body Snatchers and Bad Manners. Obviously you've got the Specials with Specials, which is just an absolutely classic album. Then you've got sort of Madness with One Step Beyond, which is also just a classic album. But then you've got the Beat with I Just Can't Stop It, which are all fucking brilliant albums. Yeah, a lot of people, my pal Glenn said that as well, and he's like, I've known him all my life. He's right into it, all the music and that, and he said the same. Yeah, I think they sort of, don't get me wrong, on every album, I'll hear something that sounds like proper Madness, but it'd be like one track, do you know what I mean, on the new albums. In fact, we got loads of Madness down there, haven't we? Which is what I'm sorting out. All my records, going to be getting the techniques down here. Yeah, definitely commercialised. And again, good that they're still going. Still getting number 1 selling album as well, which was Madness's last Christmas's album, which I've got here. I've got a deluxe. Some Madness here, look, me Madness. Dangerman Sessions. Libby and Norton Folgate. This is just some of them. We ain't got them all out yet. This is what this is, part 3, isn't it? I believe. Can't touch us now. That holds good money. Keep moving. Absolutely. I got a first press of that and a yellow yellow vinyl. Mad Not Bad. 12-inch. Yep. We got loads of Madness. What's in there? The Beat. That's all the Beat. I Just Can't Stop It. It's an absolute fucking classic. Got that one framed upstairs. Boom. Did you know the Japanese version? That's what I really want for Christmas. Is the Japanese version, right? If I Just Can't Stop It. The cover, and the cover's like that. Everywhere else in the world it is like that. But in Japan, it's all black, man. It's all black. Just looks amazing. The Japanese press. Very like fucking rocking all shit they are though. I was talking to one Japanese geezer on Discogs, and he had a copy. He was trying to make out. Well, I think the record was all right, but the cover was. He said, "Oh, it's got a big coffee stain on the back." I thought, well, you know, paying that kind of dough, shipping it in from Japan. But yeah, it's all black, man. All of the red bits are black. Which is weird. Right, got some more bags here. What's in these ones? Specials. The Bell Stars. Sign of the Times. Who are the Bell Stars? That's basically when the Body Snatchers parted. That's what you got. Selector UB40. We've got loads of UB40, but that was my first collection. This are two-tone. This is quite good. Dance Craze. Obviously, that's the deluxe box set. I've got a first press. I'm talking about two-tone music, two-tone records, which is what my channel's really about. It's a music channel. I'll give you a little sample of some two-tone. In fact, we're nearly at 1,000 subscribers. How about that? The amount of people that have come in here and what exactly is two-tone. So I'll tell them what the two-tone is. Once you've sampled the two-tone, you'll be coming back for more. Everyone else seems to. Anyway, let's get the bad manners off. Buster. There you go. Here is. Bosh. Look, here we go. This are two-tone. Hello there, Roman. I've got that tune. Let me spin this camera around. I haven't been rude or anything. I need to, on this phone, I need to put my email that you, basically my email account, I need to put onto here. I haven't done it yet, but I'll do that tomorrow, because then I've got a player that I can listen to it on. But I've been receiving emails. Anyone else wants to send an email? Check out the description. It's in that. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow, actually. Anyway, this is two-tone. Gonna need me a vinyl cloth, I think. Thank you, Ali. Yeah, most of us are okay here. It's just a few crazies we get in every now and again. I'm just me, really. Gangsters Dub, 10-inch. Yeah, that's the one 10-inch I ain't got. I've got the other two 10 inches, which are Ghost Town. In fact, we had them out last night. I think they're in My Records video 2. Anyway, bang, it's our two-tone. And when I can find me vinyl cloth, or should we just whack it on? Probably going to need me vinyl cloth or me vinyl brush. But what we'll do, we'll just whack it on. Yeah, I've got a 12-inch of that. I'll tell you what, just for you lot out there, we'll play Ghost Town, the 12-inch, why not? So we won't play that one. I'll show you over here. I've got 2 copies of Ghost Town 12-inch. We'll fish out a 40th anniversary copy. And then I'll have to go and charge my phone, because otherwise we'll be here in the dark. In the dark, what am I on about? Here we go, here's them little 10 inches, by the way. What are you going on about? I've got 2 of them. That's just the one you're on about, I ain't got. But I've got that tune on the Specials album. Anyway, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get my newest copy of it out, because it's only been played once, I believe, which is this one. Check this out. Bang. So we're going to spin this one. There's a record my mum made. How about that? That's my mum's album from 1958. And that's my mum's single. Lots of singles. My mum made records. Not in the 80s though. In the 50s. Right. Check this out. #1 selling record, The Specials, as well as being the last record that The Specials did together. Ghost Town. Tell you what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to get one of them other cloths. So I've got another anti-static cloth somewhere. So where I'm sorting them records out, I haven't bothered bringing me Technics down yet, but I'm going to do that this week. In fact, I'm going to order my styluses tonight. It's just a bit of a bummer, because both of them have gone at the same time. Loads of money. But that's part of the hobby, I guess. We'll give it a quick wipe round. And there you go, look. The Specials. We'll have a quick look at the artwork, which I think is quite good. 40th anniversary copy. Mastered at Abbey Road. That's also where my mum's album was recorded. Long before the Specials. Long before anybody. Check this one out, everybody. See, it's got my little JVC deck on at the minute. To the Rude Boy 7959 saying he was 15 when that came out. The good old days, man. Yeah, the two-tone sound just swept across the nation. Out to Ali saying it's brilliant. It is indeed. I quite like this little brass section they do here now. Trying to think when my Gangsters single is. I've got some singles down here. Can't go without playing Gangsters, can I? One that started it all. Oh yeah, definitely. Just took over, didn't it? The beat, madness. They all started on the two-tone. Special Selector, of course. In fact, because I didn't make the Selector concert, I'm actually going to make this Friday's Beat concert in Tunbridge Wells. How about that? So I'll be live from there. Yeah, it is. See, I come from kind of a reggae background. That's my first kind of collection was UB40. Like dub reggae is what I first listened to. Someone else, have I ever tried heroin? No. No, I haven't, no. Person that's asking that. I've probably had ecstasy that have been laced with heroin. The real scaggy pills. But I haven't, as far as I know, done any of that shit. What did I want any of that brown shit for? Back in the day, man, when I was out acid partying, fucking partying for fucking days on end, I wouldn't have even thought about doing heroin. That just wouldn't appeal to me. I would have been more into disco biscuits, love doves, and whatever else was going around. But no, some of my pals got into that, and to be honest, I see them laying on the sofa looking like vegetables, and I thought, do you know what I mean? I don't want to be paying to be doing that. Do you know what I mean? I was more into the music. Anyway, it's a gateway drug. What is heroin? Hobnobs. What are you talking about? The biscuits? For a variety. Anyway, where's Gangsters? So we've had some I'm playing this for all the fucking gangsters that have been through here today. So I'm telling you something. We've had a fucking few fucking online today, haven't we? Popping up with comments. But it's all been okay enough. Anyway, boss, let's look at these singles. This one's the bollocks, man. But YouTube doesn't like me playing that one. That is the bollocks, man. When Rankin Rogers died, The Clash released this, and it's just the fucking dog's bollocks. Fucking, yeah. Sad times, man. But then again, his son, who I'm going to see, well, you'll hear him anyway. Friday, I broadcast the video out, and you listen to his son. It just sounds just like him when he's doing the tunes. Tunbridge Wells Forum, eh? That's all good. I don't mind, mate. Let them come in. Do you know what I mean? They don't really offend me. They're not. Just, you know what I mean? They just chat bollocks. I think there's a couple of times I'll probably press the button to zap them out of it all, because I can do, but madness. Anyway, where's that Gangsters, man? All them gangsters out there. This is a good one, right? Too Much Too Young. The B-side of that, Skinhead Symphony. It is on at, there's a Madness tribute band as well, which I haven't never seen. I've seen Rankin Jr. before. It's going to be on. I think it starts at about 8 to 11 or something like that. Thank you. Yeah, I do. Well, like I always say, I would have to sell my records one day. And cheers. That's what I'm sort of what I'm right into. And that's for the value of me two-tone records. Well, a couple of times we've done it on videos. I've sat here, we've started off. I'll get up to about $4,000 and then lose count. Get bored adding them up. But again, like I said, at the time when I first started, many moons ago, I could put the money into the bank, and what would that be worth in years to come? Probably nothing. I know for a fact that I know this market inside out. And I know for a fact that it's my little pension plan, if you get me. Because I could have paid into the bank. What's that going to be worth? a loaf of bread, if you're lucky. I suppose the bank don't go under. Yeah. I can honestly say now I'm pretty well studied in the two-tone market. And yeah, I will have to sell every one of these records at some point. Because I can't take them with me. So at some point, watch this space, because it'll be on here first. We'll be selling all these. How would I prefer to sell them? If I sell them individually, I'm going to make the most money. But it ain't all about the money for me, really. It's about the love of the music. Do you know what I mean? Basically, my mum made records. That's my mum back there. All them girls are from Liverpool. I played that one night. I got me love of music from my mum. But obviously she made records, but and also collect her records, which are probably my valuablest records, but then they're from the 1950s, so they're going to be worth more. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind selling my two-tone collection. Well, to be honest, I've said before, with all these records I've got, you could start a little museum with it all. Do you know what I mean? That's no joke. But yeah, I wouldn't mind selling them all in one go. Hang on, I'm just reading up here. But the person that keeps being abusive, I'm not even going to read your messages now. So, because they automatically block out anyway. So, start saying something sensible. Keep hold of my collection. What? John's? Bus stop, no? Yeah, THC vape. Not worth £2. What isn't worth £2? Yeah, I am. She's done quite well, really. Just for a girl from Bootle in Liverpool. You're from Liverpool. Yeah, all of them Scousers. All of them girls. Also sang with another quite famous Scouser called Billy Fury. Yeah, I'd certainly like all the records to go my own, like, do you know what I mean? But for maximum value, you'd be knocking each one out singly. But obviously, people offers, and I'd have to weigh up the offer. Yeah, mad, eh? I'm with you. I've got cousins and that all up there. Who do you support then, Everton or Liverpool? So I have to ask. My mother was an Everton supporter. Someone had to be, though. Someone had to be. My Scouse grand made sure I was a Red. Anyway, I'm looking for the Gangsters. The Prince by Madness. Check this out, man. This is worth a few quid. Madness's first ever single, The Prince. Oh, you're blue. Oh, right, you're the same as me mother. I don't really mind Everton, really. Just Man United, I don't like. Probably like most. I think my cousins and that, and my uncles, they're a bit of both. Some are red, some are blue. Too Much Pressure by the Selector. Oh, here's Gangsters, look. Check this out. Oh, is that the THC vape? Yeah, it is. But the Prince, yeah, I've had a couple of people mention that before. I'll get the odd person. I'll put a picture up here, there, or wherever, and I'll get people coming in trying to get it off me. But I'm not selling yet. But yeah, don't know what all my records are going to fund yet. To be honest, they could fund me a nice car, couldn't they, or anything like that, really. But then I don't know the whole. I've got my two-tone, but I've also got a very vast UB40 collection, which was my first collection. But then I've also got other records upstairs. I've got hundreds of them, like from sort of the Acid House days when I was sort of 18, 1988. Anyway, look what I found. The Gangsters, look. That's the record that started it all. Without that, you wouldn't have Madness. You wouldn't have the Prince. The Beat. You wouldn't have nothing. Mad, eh? I can remember when I first heard this, man. It was on my cousin's tape recorder. You know, them little tape recorders. Like little black things they were, like school ones. You could just slip a tape in. People who are my age will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was my first concert. I went on the Rat in the Kitchen tour when I was about 15. And it was wicked. Back when they were a proper band. In fact, like I've said before, UB40 nearly ended up on two-tone, along with Dexys Midnight Runners. And another little two-tone fact, did you know that obviously George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley were in the band Wham, weren't they? Well, did you know that before Wham, George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley were a ska band? How about that? You was 18? When? In 88? I spent it's weird because that's when I was in Hollesley Bay. I spent my 18th birthday in a young offenders institution for driving on a ban. That's where the Essex boys met. I was just there a bit earlier than them. And it was weird, when I went in there, no one was raving. But when I come out, everyone was raving. So I just joined in. Yeah. Sent to a young offenders institution. Been a naughty boy. But it's nothing like what it is today, all them gang stations and all that shit. It was proper brutal. Anyway, I'm going to play this one. Then I'm going to charge my phone. Then I've got to order 2 styluses because I've got to have my techniques going for Christmas, which is why I'm moving all my records and stuff. But yeah, it's probably going to cost me 80 quid. No, not many people realise that about George Michael or Dexys Midnight Runners. But the reason they didn't think anyone would be a success. Little did they realise Madness were going to fly in the charts, the beats, all of them. But yeah, because obviously you got Dexys, they're from Birmingham, along with UB40, same as the Beat. The Beat used to play a lot with UB40. Yeah, crazy, though. Anyway, I know everyone's been waiting for this, but this is going out to all you gangsters out there that are not really gangsters, but it's all good. You'll never fucking beat Terry Hall. That's all we know. Anyway, we'll whack that up there, look. We'll whack that on 45. We'll make sure. Ready for this one? That's what stopped all the football hooligans tearing it all up. That's what ended all of that, was the ecstasy. Saying that, there's still a few firms out there, it still goes on today. So acid and a bit of puff. Sound like my old mate Ivan. Bless him, no longer with us. Hello, Stacey. And the Rude Boy, it certainly is a tune. There's only one Terry Hall. What we'll do over Christmas as well, we'll play the complete first albums by all the bands, which would be I Just Can't Stop It by The Beat, One Step Beyond by Madness, the specials, and the Selector, Too Much Pressure. Anyway, I'm going to miss that once I get my techniques down here. Shout out to me mate Kev, who's no longer with us. He gave me this little JVC one. Well, it's a treat. Saying that'd be better when my techniques are down here. Saying I'm going to service them first. Not that takes long. Got to wire up the speakers again. Going to be putting the decks, so that's why I've got to hurry up and sort these records. That's why I keep doing sort of part one, sort my records out. What are we on now? This is actually, I've been on here an hour and 10 minutes, 11 minutes. I believe this is part 3 of sorting my records out. So there will be a part 4 and probably a part 5. So what we're doing, I've got my telly down here the other night, but I'm having me decks where them records are. I'm going to be putting a reinforced bit of glass over there, but then that chair's going to be moved, so I've got to also wiring an antenna to that. The Body Snatchers. The Selector. 3-minute hero. Go feet, look. Psychedelic rockers. I've got quite a few singles, man. See, even these, I've told people before, you ain't got to start off with loads of records. You can just start on the singles. And no lie, there's money to be made, even on the singles. Yeah. But to get to know it all, you've got to study it for ages, man. I think me ADHD and ASD come in a bit handy there, I think. I won a lot of records bidding other people, sort of like a bit of a bidding war on, but I think, well, I must have the right knack because I got some right results. I don't know if you've seen me David Bowie picture discs. That was another. A lot of them I won on bidding. But yeah, there's a knack to that though. You can get yourself some right. Well, you can turn a 50p into £10.50. Do you know what I mean? It's mad how it works, how the market works, especially with a two-tone. After an artist dies, I see it first with Rankin Roger, but I wasn't too sure. But then when Terry Hall passed away, it happened again. And obviously when Suggs and all them pass away, it'll keep happening. Is the market right? It goes through the roof. If there's a time to sell and get out of the market and get out of it all, is when one of the big names passes away, as morbid as that is. But obviously but to be honest with you, since Rankin Roger and Terry Hall went, it just went, well, since Rankin Roger went, it went through the roof, the market. It is on fire. It still is now. But yeah, there's people out there collecting all sorts of weird two-tone stuff. Obviously I collect all the albums, I mean, whatever I can grab. Mainly all the albums I like, as you know, as you all know. But there's people out there, right, that just collect the Body Snatchers, but the Body Snatchers on every press from every country that it went to. So they've got about 30 or 20 of the same record, but they're just different countries. And that sort of boggles my brain a bit, because I think, wow. And I comment on them, I said, that's a good collection. But yeah, they said sort of same to me, but obviously people collect different things. But what I tend to do, obviously a first press is lovely. If you can get a first press, grab it. But all the re-releases, I go for the deluxe. Well, as you know, I go for the coloured stuff. Cost me a few more pounds, but I believe that I'm going to make them a few more pounds at the end of it all. Because it's not like I'm staying in it forever, because I am going to be selling them all. Make me an offer. Who wants all these records? Yeah, I see that, man. Yeah, I see that he had a touchy time. I suppose, I'm going to say I'm lucky, but am I really? Do you know what I mean? I'm lucky in the respect that my record collecting and my love of two-tone and that, where I'm 54, like I was born in 71, do you know what I mean? This all happened in 79 onwards into the 80s. So chances are that all these heroes of mine, really, people like Suggs, you know what I mean, all the lead, especially Terry Hall, he was the specials, in my opinion. Yeah. And as they all pass away, Pauline Black from the Selector, do you know what I mean? I'm probably going to, well, I don't know, females live a bit longer, don't they? Touch wood, I could be gone, but do you know what I mean? I can't go, yeah, I haven't sold me records and blew all the money. Nah, I could buy a nice car with this money, with all these sort of the finances from it. Yeah, mate, that BBC one, what prices are you seeing? I'm seeing ridiculous prices. I might again have to swerve it. I swerved the beat, what was it? Special Beat Squadron. But I bought it in the end, but not straight away. And I saved myself about 30 quid. Yeah, that looks a wicked album. There are some complete bangers coming out. Don't think Special's got anything coming out though. There's one more LP that the Beat can do, which is What Is Beat. I'm trying to think where I put it. I'll show you. They've done all of the 3 other albums, but there was a 4th one, but it wasn't a studio album. It was a compilation. I've got to buy that other Madness one as well. But to be honest with you, now I've thought about it, like that Madness thing, apparently it was not deliberate, that they got all the names wrong on the record. And to be honest with you, I'm quite pissed off about that. I like to know what the tunes were on when, do you know what I mean? And you just don't know with that one. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I think I've seen 63, which is just as shit as 68. You've ordered it. Yeah, I'm going to hang out a little bit. I did that with the coloured, with the Special Beat Squadron, the 3rd album. I sort of hung out for the, I wanted the blue and the red vinyl on the double one, and the prices were just the same as what this one is. Stupid money, but then I bought it for half the price. But I wouldn't mind it now. And there's some classic stuff on that. Yeah, I've got a first press of it. That's why when the Beat started doing all their expanded versions, I just can't stop it. I thought, oh, this is wicked. They made some wicked 12. Oh, I must have 30 Beat 12 inches plus down there. They made some wicked 12 inches, the Beat. $42. I just paid $44 for that Madness. The first one in my Madness one. $44, I think I paid for that. Hello, Kimberly. How are you? Kimberly Robinson. But yeah, the prices of them are getting a bit ridiculous, aren't they? especially Madness, they just don't stop. They only just released that other one. I've got the other Madness compilation, which is wicked. What is it? A Full House, which is actually 4 records, which is what this Madness one's going to be. But all they've done is milk me for a bit more money. Yeah, that is a wicked album, that last one they did there, the third one. You're right. There's some classics on there. But on that BBC one, you got the Pill Show and all that. That's pretty good. And I like it, like on I Just Can't Stop It and that, the expanded version. I've got the pink version and the see-through expanded version, the double one. On that, you get extra stuff, like live stuff that's never been out. I bet they've all got shitloads of stuff that's never come out. But to be honest with you, if you're looking for literally the best sounding, and they all say it as well, is the Dance Craze, man. That is just absolutely wild. The energy on these records is just through the roof. Yeah, it's come in a few colours, isn't it? It's like Madness. They've got this new album out, obviously another compilation, but they've got so many versions of it. The black version, do you know what I mean? The heavyweight version, this version, you know what I mean? That version. Does my nutting. I'll just go for the deluxe cut or whatever the colour ones are. But yeah. But it's all. The good thing is when you buy a record, you know what I mean. You've got something. Plus, it's worth money. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you've done all your money buying that record, because if you wanted to, you could recuperate that. To be honest, you can get a record and flip it, add £1 on or whatever, £5 on, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I've got the only splatter one I've got is the Ghost Town, the album, the US import. I've got Too Much Pressure on see-through vinyl. I've got Too Much Pressure on a first press, and I've got, that's the one I bought off that young lad that came round, and his dad was a rude boy, but he passed away. Who can remember that? That'd be people that have been here a long time. It was a long time ago, but I'm sure some subscribers remember. I wouldn't mind, there's a Rankin Roger, is it the Confidential album with the blue cover? I'm looking for a copy of that, but I'm looking for a coloured copy, which I've only seen for like extortionate amounts of money. Tell you what I've got, which I don't see a lot of, is, I'll get it out down here, look. Coventry Automatics, the one I bought in Birmingham this summer. It's not here, it's the specials, more specials. Don't know where I put them. Got records everywhere. UB40. That's not even. Who knows? There we go, look. There's a special AKA for you. Got a first press. That's quite rare. A first press. And I've got the 40th anniversary copy. I quite like it when they come along and do the same with Too Much Pressure. When they come along and do the anniversary copies. Because when you play it, and they get remastered at Abbey Road, which is where my mum recorded that album with all them girls. They do sound incredibly, yeah, black and white. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that you're exactly on the right Rude boy there, you're on the right thing, exactly. Yeah, I've seen that copy of that. Where it's half. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, that's hard to find as well. Yeah, that's it. It's quite hard to find, you know that. On vinyl. I don't just want a black copy. Just a bit boring. And obviously the coloured ones. To be honest with you, the coloured ones are worth more money. But yeah, when you listen to sort of the remastered copies, it just sounds amazing. This guy who beats the homeless? But what I'm going to do is just remove that comment. It's a lot about bollocks. How about that? Whatever. Come in here and say whatever you'd want. It really don't faze me. In fact, all I've got to do is press that and press that and you just disappear. You'll probably come back in a minute, but it don't matter. Anyway, I've been on here like 1 hour and 27 minutes talking about records. Bust the blood. What? Bad manners? Bad manners, right, are only... I'll show you why bad manners... The only reason bad manners are in with a two-tone and that, they never released anything on two-tone. The Beat released their first single on two-tone. Madness released their first single on two-tone. The Selector did. The Specials did. But I'll tell you the only reason that Bad Manners get linked in with it is because they were part of the Dance Craze tours. So there you go, look, everyone else is released on two-tone. There you go. There's your reason. I've got one solitary Bad Manners album, which I was playing earlier. This is Scar. I've got Walking on the Moon. No, not Walking on the Moon. Walking in the Sunshine. Walking on the Moon is Police. I've got this. It's right in front of me, look. Walking in the Sunshine on 12-inch as well as 7-inch. We've got Jerry Dammer's autograph. Got the Beat. This is the Beat's first single. And this is Terry Hall's favourite two-tone band. And this is Terry Hall's favourite two-tone tune. Personally, for me, it was that side. Anyway, we're going to be spinning these in the nights to come, because that's what I'm getting my techniques all down there for, so we can spin some of these away. Yeah. Selector. Gangsters, that's another copy of Gangsters. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. You know what that is? That's one of my mum's records that on Parlophone. That was made in 1957, I believe. Here's me David Bowie picture discs. Yeah, they're people have told me to get more Bad Manners. Yeah, there's a couple of albums from Trojan. Anyway, that's enough of the records. I've got to sit down before we fall down. What was that other album they did? No, that's the only one I've got. I've got it on white vinyl. I've also got on 7-inch Special Brew, which I think's a wicked tune. I wouldn't mind Special Brew on 12-inch, but I ain't got it. Yeah, I've got Special Brew on 7-inch. Walking in the Sunshine. He's still touring now. Old Buster. Too much THC. Yeah, but it affects me a bit differently with my ADHD than would do a normal person. Obviously, if a normal person was sitting here with me all night blasting on this, they'd be just white by now. I'm probably very non-productive. In fact, during my dark days of growing up, sort of undiagnosed, this stuff made me... that's why I'm going to fall. No, I got quite a very good balance. People will know that from my videos. I'm out jumping about and I do a lot of cycling. Too Much Too Young. Yeah, that's a wicked track. Banned by the BBC. I know what I've noticed. Now I've been vaping it, I'm no longer smoking the green or the tobacco. Yeah. And I've managed to secure a massive load of it. How about that? Yeah, there's no nicotine in there. Anyway, thank you for joining me, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Heading for the 1,000. Cheers. And to be honest with you, anybody who wants to give up smoking joints, because I was a right joint head, as people will know from my videos. All I'm doing now is just blasting. I ain't even getting an urge. To start with, I'll be honest with you, last week, I think, or the week before, I got an urge for a little bit of a roll-up, so I was having a roll-up every now and again. But I told my mate last night that once I've finished my little bit of tobacco, I'm not getting any more. And he's actually doing the same. Okay, mate, you take care and have a good kip. You need a blast on this to send you off. Joe who? Joe, a male person, a female person? Cheers, Tony. Thank you. Thank you for the support. And Rude Boy, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, everybody. I'm going to jump off now anyway. But it's been lovely here sitting chatting about all records and everything. And we'll chat again about some more records, because it's not just the two-tone that I listen to. I've got a vast record collection. Anyway, whatever you're doing out there, don't forget to subscribe. I must be nearly 1,000 now, which is quite mad, really, when it was just me to start with, spinning me records. That's all I've ever done, man. Just sat here chatting away, spinning records. I know we get a little bit political sometimes, but yeah. Anyway, whatever you're doing out there, whatever you're preaching, have a peaceful one, everybody. And whatever you're doing, make the most of it, because you're a long time dead. That's all I do know. So whatever you're doing out there, take care. I nearly said Merry Christmas then to everyone, but we'll hold back on that. And it's not Happy Holidays on here, guys, for our American viewers. It's Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, whatever. Basically. Christmas time, eh? Peace, and a time of peace and goodwill. And a time when we hit the 1,000. Seems weird, man. I remember sitting here saying, God, I can't wait till there's 10 of us. And then there's 10 of us. And then there's 20. And then it's like 50. And it's 100. Then you get 500. And YouTube sends you a little message. Oh, you're going well. That's the good thing about it. See, my channel, where it's a music channel, it's one of the hardest channels to launch and make kind of work. Crazy. But then again, I throw in a crime video every now and again. And again, I was a right little criminal growing up, me and my pals, you know what I mean? So I kind of know about it. Not that I know about all these new school villains that are around today. Well, I know them, do you know what I mean? But I think all the modern crime, sort of, the younger people, I think are airheads, man. That's what I think. When I was growing up, and don't get me wrong, anybody, I've never mugged old women or anything like that, or robbed banks or anything like that. But yeah, I've done a few dodgy things, which I'd do again, do you know what I mean? Because it's just the environment and how you grow up. Yeah. Crazy, eh? What I was saying is, people who had a bit of moral respect years ago, I don't think there's any respect anymore. Really. It's like the up-and-coming youths are just... Well, there's no consequence, is there? Do you know what I mean? Their mum or dad can't... Not that I'm saying hitting your kids right or wrong. I don't think it does you any harm getting a clip round your head. You know what I mean? I've had a clip round the head from my mum and my dad. I think a lot of my pals was getting a lot more of a clip round the head than what I was. It was quite common when I was growing up, I think. Yeah, the community spirit has gone. And obviously now, because your mum and dad ain't giving you a clout round the head, or your gran or whoever, man, in my day, there's no consequence, is there? Do you know what I mean? When I went to young offenders, which was Odsey Bay, that's the most violentest place I've ever been in, man. And it was crazy. But now it's all game stations, and do you know what I mean? It's all cotton wool gloves and all that. Do you know what I mean? I need to go back. When I first went to prison, right, I was only 17, and I got put in Rochester prison for 2 weeks remand. And all I got was a bucket to do ones and twos in. Do you know what I mean? And that's all you got. There was no toilets. There was no TVs. And I think it needs to go back that way. For people to sort of learn a lesson. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think. But also, I'm not blaming the youth. I think that a lot of knife crime and that I can understand. And the postcode wars and that in London, I can understand, because if you're out living that life and you're out on the street and everyone else has got a fucking 10-inch blade, well, you're going to have your 10-inch blade, aren't you? But what they don't realise, all you youngsters out there, what you don't realise is if you're taking that, even though you're taking it for self-defence and it might not come out never, if something happened, you would use that. Yeah, exactly. There is no discipline there. At the time when you were a kid, yeah, you don't like getting the clout. Do you know what I mean? Getting caught doing something. Do you know what I mean? But I think when you're older, you realise something. And don't get me wrong, people. There's a big black line between. Do you know what I mean? It's as clear as day and night. Giving your kid a little whatever to, if he's been naughty or whatever, or she's been naughty, and child abuse. Do you know what I mean? There's a big line. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you don't beat the shit out of your child. Do you know what I mean? That's child abuse. But I don't think what my generation got, even though today it would be called child abuse, and a lot of the parents would be locked up for what they probably did to their kids. Yeah, mad, isn't it? How things change. Yeah, it did. It taught you, yeah. Unless you've got ADHD, then you just keep coming back for another one. That's what I've learned, being diagnosed at age 50. An ADHD kid, he'll get a slapped ass. I mean, like a kid without ADHD, he'll get a slapped ass and learn his lesson straight away. But the kid with ADHD, he gets such a buzz out of the chemical, he'll keep going back for more. I can understand all of it. In fact, I understand these kids now. Obviously being diagnosed myself. But yeah, there is no discipline out there. I was also given a slipper at primary school and that, and caned, given the cane across my hands. Me and Mr. Whitmore at primary school for having our hands in the caretaker's fire pit thing. I don't think teachers should have hit you when I was growing up. Fair enough, your mum and dad. That was just your mum and dad, isn't it? But that's what I think anyway. Do you know what I mean? Cooper there, 100%. Exactly, that's what I think. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, there is no deterrent. How's your kid going to learn anything, man? If your kid's a bit that way, a bit of a lad and that, and girls, man, do you know what I mean? To be honest with you, in my village, it's changed. I was in a big gang. but it was a big like street gang, and it was the whole village. You know what I mean? It wasn't like now where they've got loads of gangs. But in my village, it's I think the girly gangs come across, because I'm out in the street a lot, you know, with my camera and that, walking about late at night. I think the girly gangs come across more intimidating. Not that they intimidate me, but they come across more intimidating than the lads. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think the teachers should hit you. It should be your mum and dad who give you a clout. Do you know what I mean? A thick ear, or whatever they used to call it. I think the further you go back in history, the more of a thick ear they probably got. Been here nearly 2 hours now. Gone from records to talking about whether eating your kids or not. Did it teach me anything? Probably not. But I think I was the first kid in my dad, because my dad has got like 5 kids, me being the youngest. I think all the others conformed, but I didn't. But at the end of the day, we became best pals. Yeah, which is why I'm still sitting here now. But now I've been diagnosed with ADHD and know it comes from your father, down that line. He probably had the same as me. His old man had the same. Don't want my sister's excuses. I don't talk to any of my brothers or sisters. That's my choice. Joys of being the youngest one in the family, eh? All my brothers and sisters are from the 60s. I'm from 1971. I guess you can build more of a bond with your father than you can your actual siblings. Or I certainly have. Yeah, that's how I know all my history and stuff, really, about this village and everything. When I walk around with my camera, saying this is that, and that's that, and that was that. It's because my dad was born in the next road. He was born in the next road to this, in 1936, in the front bedroom. I'll show you that one day when we walk by. Yeah. He didn't get far, did he, into the next road? But my mum, she came all the way from Liverpool. North Liverpool. In fact, Jamie Carragher comes from the same place as me mum. How about that? Yeah, I'll tell you what I've got. I've got a little bit. I'll show you my little bit of green I've got left. My little bit of weed. Obviously I've got the vape. I'm just vaping away. But this has been a mega live. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Locate me backy post. There's my tiny little bit of backy left. I normally buy these. But I ain't even going to bother anymore. To be honest, I never thought giving up tobacco would be so easy. But that vape, it does take you somewhere else though. But I think with your green, even good green, your THC levels are not real high. But obviously with the vape, it's proper high. But yeah, I should get a lot fitter. Come in handy for the camping. Once I've completely stopped the tobacco, and I've had no urges to have any. But saying that, having a vape, it's not like having a joint. It takes you somewhere else. It just tastes of nothing. So you can just take it out and, well, I was sitting in a police car and an ambulance smoking it. Who's got a problem with who? What are you going on about there? And then what, the Irish? Got Irish blood myself. Not from the north, though. In fact, I'll tell you about my old mate Paddy one night, who I shared a prison cell with. And he's from Tipperary. Top man, he was. Oh yeah, there's been, yeah, well, yeah, there has been, yeah. Obviously, with the IRA and all what went on in Ireland with all the British troops and Bloody Sunday and all that business. But then you had the Good Friday Agreement, which I think Tony Blair tries to take all the credit for, but really it was Mo Molan, the woman that went into the H Block when they was all doing the dirty protest, the Republicans. And she struck the deal, not that other idiot. Yeah. And now, really, in Ireland, well, between Ireland and Britain, there is peace now. Obviously, you've got your few splinter groups. You're always going to get your fanaticals that want to row with everybody. But yeah, I think money spoke in the end. Gerry Adams and who was the other geezer? Martin McGuinness. Your friend husband's from there. I've got a few Irish pals. Fuck the Queen and the King. Jay Slater's back that. Well, to be honest, they're not really. It was proved that really the Queen wasn't the Queen. Years ago, someone cheated, and Time Team did a thing where they looked back to trace the real King of England. It was a bloke in Australia. Because someone cheated along the way. But I've got nothing in common with the monarchy. Do you know what I mean? I'm Henry VIII, man. I'm Church of England. That was started by Henry VIII. I think this king and queen, obviously the queen and the king now, they're German anyway, from German descent. They all sort of married their cousins and very incestuous. I wouldn't marry my first cousin, would you? Maybe you might, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't marry any of my cousins. But that's how I've been brought up. I just hope you lot out there wouldn't marry any of your cousins. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think once, I will say this though, I think once Prince William gets in charge, I thought Charlie really should have abdicated. He shouldn't have even had a go. He should have just got out of the way. Because I think it'll be a new kind of royal thing then. It's not just Charlie, it's a bit of Diana in him, and she was all good. Yeah, definitely. Prince William is a kiddie fiddler. You're saying there? Have you got any evidential proof of that? I know one of the princes sleeps with the young girls and that. Do you know what I mean? We all know who that is. But I don't think Prince William does anything like that. He's probably too busy in bed with his missus, Kate. To be honest with you. That's not saying that none of them have been kiddie fiddlers, because we all know what they're like. She loved Muslims. Who, Kate? Then you got, who's it? Kate's son. Yeah, because the son, it's wrong really. Their little boy, he'll be king one day. But the girl, really, she should be queen, but they make it so the male overrules the female. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. He only got with Diana just to have a baby. Do you know what I mean? He was, which is ridiculous, really. How can you turn away a lovely lady like Princess Diana and end up with fucking Camilla, who he's been with all the time? All right, old battle wagon. She couldn't keep her legs closed. Well, I don't blame her. I don't blame Princess Diana. Charles was giving Camilla one all the way from the word go. Do you know what I mean? So, and obviously we all know Prince Harry is not Charles's. Were we allowed to say that? Well, I just did. I just did. Major Hewitt, that's his son. The ginger hair and the face, the nose, everything. They probably know that anyway. Do I look at the Irish as the same way I look at the Muslims? No. Because I've got Irish blood myself, so I don't look at them like that. To be honest with you, I look at Muslims in the UK the same as I look at anybody in the UK. I've got no preferential look because somebody's a Muslim. What, so you reckon it is his kid then? I beg to differ, but you don't like foreigners. I don't mind them. I don't mind foreign people. Depends what's going down. Oh yeah, there is now. In this country there is. Because we've just let everybody in. We put them all in hotels. But that's just unbelievable what's gone on there. But we should stick to our own kind. What you? Yeah, but are you could end up going down the Hitler route of one supreme race if you stick like that. But who knows what the future holds? I do know one thing. No government really cares about its people. That's for sure. One pure Aryan race. What are you, some sort of Nazi? You'd do all right in American prisons. You'd be able to join the Brotherhood. But you'd have to have a skinhead, though. Not that I'd be joining the Brotherhood, even though I've got a skinhead. I'd have to tell them I'm not joining your gangs, unfortunately. Then again, the first skinheads were black fellas. Not white. Proper skinhead, rude boy, black men. It's all good. I reckon everyone came from a black man, didn't they, or something? Everyone came from... I know humans came from two kind of species. One species that came out of the sea and one that was already swinging about. And we are sort of a mixture of that. Deep conversation tonight. Look, we're on about evolution now. We've gone from slapping your kids to evolution and Nazis. He was what? He was right. In the end, everything he said came through today. What, Hitler? Or Enoch Powell? What? You're not... what's that? I don't care whether someone's black, brown. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't really matter what race people are. Or religion, really. As long as they're not hurting anybody, it's all good. And I think the days of racism properly was probably in the 70s and the 60s. It was a lot more racial then. I think people now are more open-minded and my country's overrun by illegal immigrants, which we should be spinning back round in their boats and taking back to France. But who knows what the future holds? At the end of the day, everybody's human and this is Mother Earth. It astounds me sometimes that we and countries think we own everything. All we are is just part of the bang. Basically, we all came from dust, and in dust we will finish. That's what we'll all end up, in dust. That's where you came from. Anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it. And you can all figure out the universe for yourselves. And whatever you believe in, people, as long as you're not harming anybody, it's all good. That's what I think. Not into religion really myself. I'm more into science and physics and the Big Bang and evolution. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you all to the devil, and don't forget to subscribe, everybody, and I'll be back with another video. I might even do a late one once we've charged up, because we've been on there 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I'm down to, wow, that's pretty low for me. I'm down to 21%. But at least I know my phone can do a good live video, so we'll be all right. We'll be all right Friday when the beat come on. I think that starts at 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock. In fact, my low battery thing has just flashed. So we're going to be live. I'll get my ticket in a minute, actually. From the beat concert. Anyway, whatever you're doing, take care, everyone.